be calling you a radical. I want to put up because I know part of those people that are out there at Hiroshima and Nagasaki protesting that piece of shit Bach. Fucking go Bach. They're yelling, go Bach. Take your fucking tax looting Fukushima propaganda fucking death fucking super spreader fucking hell. Get the fuck out of here. Go home. They're going crazy in Japan. This is important because the protests in Japan, oh, you got to have balls. I know these protesters. They don't fuck around. And they'll lock them up. Maybe kill them. What the fuck do you think they do here? Fucking, you dumb fucking sheep are still going along, politically paralyzed. What happened to this entire fucking anti-nuclear on the foot? Trump fucking daggered it. Because the culture said, I don't know how these people all got in bed with this fucking piece of shit. Somehow he's their Lord and Savior. Ask that fuckhead Alex Jones. And then he ended up being the fucking bigger cover-up Fukushima fucking kingpin than even Obama. From Hell's Gate to fucking Heaven's Gate, Carlsbad down the fucking stretch. I'll do another piece about that. But I wanted to put this up in support of them protesting out there today. I cannot overstate this. I fucking should have had your IAEA shirt out here. Fuck, let me go get it. Fucking unbelievable that you're still going along with this fucking lie. These fuckers want to kill you. These Zionist fuckers are trying to murder you. Don't you fucking see it? Where the fuck did I put it? Ah, fuck. Had it out last night, didn't I? Yeah, who knows where it went. Whatever. Oh, there we go. Something's even better than that. It's incredible how everybody's going along with this fucking freak show. These fuckers are so happy Fukushima happened. That piece of shit Obama and Trump. These Zionists want to be motherfuckers. So the IOC, I cannot overstate this. She's dead. Right there. She lived in Carlsbad. I do another piece about Carlsbad. Heaven's Gate to Hell's Gate. Fuck, maybe I'll do it right now. She's dead. That's high ranking on the fucking USS Reagan. Make it so inside the Situation Room. Fucking Star Trek freaks. You don't think they're Star Trek freaks sitting around inside the Situation Room? Make it so. That's the terminology they use. I'm not Star Trekky, so somebody just told me about that. So, let's talk about this real quick. Fucking Carlsbad. I'll start to cry. I should be there right now, opening day at Del Mar. Carlsbad always gave me the fucking creeps. Well, excuse me, I should strike that. Carlsbad was like my favorite place. Rancho Santa Fe always gave me the fucking creeps. Always. So when I'm doing that famous rant and I go off on the NRC, the key fucking hearing that's shut down, sending off forever, I'm at Carlsbad. I'm at the Omni. I stayed in the Omni, so I got to tell this story. It's important. Gene Stone's right there with me, being interviewed by fucking all kinds of media. He's dead now. So, in their hand, I says, well, I'll even buy a fucking beer. I'm standing here. I'll stay with you. That is in one of the greatest marsh in the fucking world, protected. They built that piece of shit fucking golf course there. So, I go in to the bar after. I'm standing there. I got no money. I'm fucking full of cancer there. I'd forked over all my Tesla stock, everything that I had. Fucking to fight cancer, leukemia. Fresh out of the bone marrow transplants there. Sure shit, they're in there drinking. Cocktail waitress comes up to me. She says, oh my God, Kevin Blanche. She says, me and my boyfriend watch every video you do. I'm like, oh yeah? She says, what do you want? I says, Guinness, pint of plain. I only don't know how much money. Oh, it's on me. Hey, tell me what those fuckheads are drinking. Because remember I says, oh, fuck me? This is the NRC. Everybody came. Because it was the Omni. Got a free trip to Carlsbad. Oh, you should have seen it. Fucking security. They had hundreds of people showed up for this fucking hearing. Because I got a free trip to fucking Carlsbad. They're all in their fucking, the committee themselves. They're in their drink. I have some videos that I put them up and they took them down. But I still have them. You know, the raw footage. Tell me what they're drinking. This is on your dime. She's fuck. They're drinking the fucking most expensive bottles of fucking wine in this. I says, I guarantee they're red. How'd you know that? people. I know how these fucking creepy fuckers fucking think. Yeah. And that's some expensive wine. At the Omni, that piece of shit Tiger Woods used to play there. That piece of shit Kelly Slater. Oh, don't even get me going. But so stay with me. Lori used to live there. I would fucking walk through the marsh, fucking dried up then. Completely gone now. So I always hated Rancho Fe. It always gave me the fucking creeps. So I used to spend the entire month at Del Mar for the meet every year. We would stay either we used to stay at the Coronado. This is back when I had money, before I got cancer. We'd stay at the Coronado the whole month, go to the fucking Padres games, take the fucking train to Del Mar every fucking day. You know, hang out, fuck. But this is when Heaven's Gate happened in Carlsbad. It was actually in Rancho Santa Fe. Rancho Santa Fe always creeped me the fuck out. I would never go in there. It always gave me the creeps. The people that moved in there gave me the creeps. The people that moved to Carlsbad gave me the creeps. I remember we had that little cute fucking migrant worker house I paid $13,000 for. You know, I remember my wife at the time was like, well, why don't we, they're going to sell these little military Navy fucking bunkers, turn them into housing. Let's buy one. Now, they give me the creeps. I think they're radioactive. So, 97, I believe it was, when they drank the fucking Kool-Aid, Hell's Gate. Remember, they were going to grab onto a fucking comet, which was a cover. They used to sit around and watch Star Trek. What was his name? Fucking White something. Fuck. That creeped me out so fucking hard that year. I used to know Bafford then. He was cheating then. That was 97. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of Carlsbad. Fucking, you know, in the summer. And so I avoided it for a long time. That creeped me out harder than anything. Remember, they all fucking committed suicide. Some of them suffocated themselves with bags over their fucking heads to catch on to the comet. What was it? Hellbop. And it was a front for a spaceship. It was a front for a spaceship. They've been watching Star Trek. Well, you don't think fucking sci-fi can fucking move people? Think about fucking Scientology. I like how everybody says Anonymous started Scientology. They're fucking full of shit. They're full of shit. I was with the original fucking Anonymous fucking group. That's an unarguable fucking fact. In New York. Fucking, I was a Wall Street in those days. River Bar bag. Till they flew the planes in. I'm one of the first guys in the world that identified they bought puts on the airline stock. I was a self-made guy. So now they put the fucking desal plant on Carlsbad. So drink the new fucking Kool-Aid. That creeped me out so... They were in Rancho Santa Fe. Where did they come from? You got it. Los Alamos. The original guy who started it, ties to Los Alamos? Yep. Scientology bunker at Los Alamos? Yep. All the Mormons going to get their own planet? Los Alamos? Yep. They don't tell you the rest of the fucking story, where these fucking psychos came from. Bezos, Gates. Bezos' father is... And I'm going to stick to this till fucking somebody proves me wrong. And I've said this for decades. There is no doubt in my mind that Jeff Bezos is Ferme's son, who died in La Jolla. Young. Ferme. I'm going to bet $1 that Trinity kills every single man, woman, and child in New Mexico. Now, you look at pictures of Bezos from now. Stay with me. This is important. She was 14. She was impregnated down there. Got blamed on that, what's his name, dude. Is there any DNA to prove that? I doubt it. I think it's just bullshit. But we do know who his grandfather, his mama's 14-year-old mother's dad is. Guys. What's happening?
Not much.
Hot, hot, hot. It's the guy from...
Your goodies.
Yeah, you're the guy from Spain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is New Spain.
Yeah?
When the Mormons got here, this was Mexico.
I think they conquered a part of Utah too.
All of it. Yeah, this one. So Father Escalante, there's markers out there. They say 1776 was here, but there's plenty of evidence the Spaniards were here in the 1640.
Mm-hmm.
And they were on the backside. You know, that's French for Wasatch is French. Cash, they were getting to go, but the Spaniards were here first, so we just named 2nd Street Little Soldier. Little Soldier lived here in West Weber. And so the Spaniards were not only in here getting gold, they were stealing kids too, native kids, and then taking them through Yeah, they were taking them to Gary House in San Diego and putting them on ships. And Little Soldier, they got one of his. He was a polygamous native, and he killed 2 Spaniards at Spanish Fork. So everybody thinks he's from Spanish Fork. He lived right here in West Weber. So the Spanish history is deep here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I thought they didn't conquer all the Utah, not to here. A little bit up to New Mexico, but it's good to know.
No, they had the whole West, and they called it New Spain.
Yeah.
Until 1821. And in 1821, the Mexicans kicked them out. And so from 1821 to 1848, it was called
New Mexico.
Right, and the capital of Mexico was in Monterey. Not Mexico, Monterey, California.
Okay, got it, yeah.
So he wrote that book, The Old Pacific Capital, that was John Lewis Stevenson, wrote that in Monterey. But
what's the name of that book?
The Old Pacific Capital. And it's John Lewis Stevenson. It's a masterpiece.
Okay, I'm gonna buy it.
It is, and it's hard to find, and it's a lot of poetry in it. It's John Lewis Stevenson himself.
Well, I'm sure you can find it.
You can find it. It's a masterpiece, but I got to tell you about this guy he writes about, and he was
Old Pacific.
The Old Pacific Capital. John Lewis Stevenson. It's a masterpiece, and I mean a masterpiece. He wrote it in Monterey. I spent a lot of time in Monterey. I'm getting ready to go there right now.
I've never been in there.
So beautiful.
Monterey, Mexico or California?
California. It's 65 degrees. I'm a marine biologist.
Oh, yeah, it's a good temperature.
God, what is it here all day, every day?
How is that possible in California, 65 now?
It's right on the coast. There's a little cove there, and it's always cool there.
It's higher than
No,
LA?
it's right at sea level, but the way the back eddy, and there's a flow that circles in there off the ocean.
It's in between...
it's below San Francisco.
In between LA and San Francisco.
Yeah, it's closer to San Francisco.
We are going a lot to Santa Barbara. I love that place.
Me too.
I love the last 2 times we went to Santa Barbara.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you something.
And there's a nice restaurant, but
that's funny you say that, because I'll tell you the truth about the Spaniards. The Spaniards, when they first got here and conquered, Santa Barbara is the first place they stopped. In San Diego, everybody thinks it's San Diego, and so you know what they did?
I thought it was El Cabrillo.
Yeah.
I thought it was El Cabrillo.
Yeah, well, Santa Barbara, it's the first. You know why? Right there. They would use it as their pasture to range their cows. So before any conquerors were there, the first ships were unleashing cattle onto Santa Barbara. And it was the Spanish who would pasture their cows.
Well, they bring good things, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't like
cows. The cows were here before.
No.
Okay, so they bring that.
You guys brought them.
Well, that's a good thing.
I guess. You like steak?
I know you guys are friendly because of the cowboys and the stuff, you know.
Yeah, you brought it. You're the ones that did it.
History is past. I know in Mexico some people don't like Spanish.
Well, they're all half Spanish.
But that's past.
Past right now. We didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
No, we're just a couple peasants doing our job, right?
Spaniards are 2-3 centuries out of the business.
Right.
Just in our place.
The English kicked their ass a long time ago, and now it's all the Queen's land.
Yeah, yeah. And nobody was good. Nobody's good.
No, right. Last of the Mohicans. Have you ever read that book? Last of the Mohicans?
No.
Oh, masterpiece about Americana.
Well, I'm going to read this first, and then I'll ask you for that one.
I'll tell you this and let you go. There's a character in that book, and everybody was afraid of him in Monterey. And he was a Mexican, Spaniard. They couldn't tell he was a Mexican or Spaniard. He was downright. The cops were afraid of this dude. So he would raise hell, all kinds of shit. Everybody says in Mexico. Then it came out, born and raised in Monterey. His parents born and raised in Monterey. His parents' parents born and raised in Monterey. Everybody thought for sure he was a Spaniard or Mexican. They're like, get him out of here. He needs to go home. And he's like, I got news. I'm born and raised here. You'll read it. You'll love it.
All right. Yeah. We're going to start first with this. It's been 2-3 years that I don't read a book, but that's my eye.
That's my favorite book. I love that book.
Sweet.
So,
all right.
Right on. Right on. Thanks. That's my mailman. He's great. He's born and raised in Spain. That dude's I mean, me and him have lots of good conversations about. This was Mexico when the Mormons got here, and they were flag burners. Like, they hated the feds till Ezra Taft Benson hijacked them. That's the Olympic downhill right there. That dude's great. So, back to Carlsbad. So, Carlsbad, there's 3 different women that were living in Japan with married to Japanese men. Kathy, Iwani, Rachel Godoya, and Yoko. And they didn't know each other, but they, Orange County, San Diego County. They all had children over there. They're like, when they came home, Kevin Blanche is the only reports we were getting in Japan was Kevin Blanche. So they came home and became activists. You know, Fukushima, but this is important because of Japanese men. Those Japanese men are so fucked up. Fucking, you ain't seen sexist against women. And they're just like, they go with the old thesis. So every time any of them try to do it. Now, Kathy, I'm not saying that about her, Iwani, or Rachel, but I'm talking about in general. Without Kathy, Iwani, Sending Offering never shuts down. And she'll tell you, Kevin Blanche got me going. Her and I worked together because she was a school teacher. And when she came back, believe it or not, San Clemente had a fucking thing to restart that they had to get the vote through the elementary schools. She lobbied, and they voted no. That's right. When I told her that day when she lobbied, I says, they'll never re-fucking open. We got the goods on them. But so in Japan, the activists, and I talked to them via Rachel and via other third hand because I used to get hundreds and hundreds of emails. The head of the Fukushima 50, when he died of cancer, oh, nobody died. His mother fucking emailed me and told me 2 weeks before. I mean, all this, I used to get everything out of Japan because they said the only reports we were getting was from Kevin Blanche in the United States and Japan. They didn't have a kettle and they didn't have a block yet. Back to Carlsbad and Heaven's Gate to Hell's Gate. So I protest at Carlsbad, what I call the Farrah Fawcett desal plant, sewer, fucking nuclear fire. I'm like, fuck. It was going to go to Rancho Santa Fe. I'm like, oh, kill all those freaks up there. And I used to say it. Oh, fuck, we got Heaven's Gate again. From Heaven's Gate to Hell Gate in fucking Carlsbad. But then they changed it. They lied to us and said it's going to all San Diego. I mean, I get so creeped out when I'm down there now, and that's my home. I'll start to cry. Most beautiful place in the fucking world. I mean, I got so many fucking beautiful stories of fucking San Diego, what have they fucking done to our place? Everybody that's moved in there just creeps me the fuck out. When Lori and I do that great piece, Lori lived there. We do that great piece with the pitchfork. That's that little house right around the corner, the Margaret Worker's house. That's it. Pitchfork in the backyard, that's the pitchfork. He's from here. You know, the guy that bought it, fucking, he died of cancer. Me and my grandson are flying this beautiful, beautiful woman of Asian descent who lived in El Cajon or Alpine, East County, you know, and I says, well, you know, she started talking to me. I says, you know, I call myself Duck and Hunter's Rabbit. And she got that, she knew about. She says, well, they lived in Alpine, the swingers. And I like, yeah. And, you know, Trump pardoned him. The whole thing, you know, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was really written about Mission Bay High. You know, I used to tell everybody all the time, fuck, that's Kevin Blanche. When we would drive down here from Brigham City, Utah, and fucking Idaho, and with my grandparents in Ogden. I would go with my grandparents. And I was a really, really super, it wasn't autism, you know. Asperger's on Balco, I was one of those. I couldn't tie my shoes, I was all fucking, but I could do the Delta formula in math. I remember I memorized the entire globe, fucking every country, every fucking sea, everything when I was like 6, and I could do any fucking times table when I was 5. I mean, it was one of those. But my mind would go like this. It was a landscape that calmed me. And we'd fucking drive down, and my grandpa, he was a fucking gem. Abraham Hunsaker IV, that dude was a fucking gem. God, he was the greatest. Drive 100 miles an hour down there. 40th Street, we used to call it. Now I-15 through the pistachio fields, the flower fields. Ella. He's shaking again in the back seat. I think he's having another seizure. No. He's fine, Abe. He's fine. He could smell the ocean. fuck you? That was fucking 200 miles before we got there. You could smell it. He knew. He was so brilliant and so fucking fantastic. He would drive me, and I'd fucking always change in the car. I'd have my swimming suit on. I'd be ready. He would drive me right to the fucking beach there in PB and just say, go, boy. I would jump out and I would run on that fucking beach back and forth and go crazy and just fucking go right to my favorite little fucking fresh orange juice stand right there and fucking get me a fucking fresh squoze orange juice. And I was like, I don't know if you've ever had a real Carlsbad or a real fucking Orange County fucking real. The best ones used to be at OB on Hunsaker Avenue. That's the racetrack right there was James Hunsaker, right there at where the Crystal Pier is now. Oh, better than any sex ever fucking dreamed of being, and believe me, and oh, I know. Think about the fucking San Diego females I've been involved with. No comparison to that fucking orange juice. Place is totaled out. Fucking ruined. Don Quixote on Balco. Now read his fucking. Those were pseudo de facto. I was there at 250 when we rose the flag. At 250, they raised the Kumeyaw flag. I sat with Bill Walton and Peter fucking right there. There was maybe 250 of us at 250. I was there at 200. There were a couple 100,000. Nobody gives a fuck about history. They don't care. I do. You know, and I love the California fucking history. It becomes as natural as unleashing cattle onto this Santa Barbara. And by the way, Oil Point, Santa Barbara. Isn't that funny that he says we love to go to Santa Barbara, and that's where the Spaniards first got here. You know, I tell my little grandson we go to the old town and the mass murders lost sand. I want to say this about San Onofre because I have a friend here in Ogden. She says, God, Kevin, you always have a San Onofre hat. She says my dad was named San Onofre. Got to be a good Spanish boy, huh? Yeah. Do you know what San Onofre means? This is the sick motherfuckers there. Well, we know what Diablo Canyon means. They had a tsunami there. The Spaniards named that. The reactor. The perfect child. It was the perfect child until they plopped down a fucking nuclear reactor. And if that nuclear reactor would fucking be gone, go ask Kathy Iwani. Go ask Rachel Godoya. Go ask Yoko. Go ask them about Kevin Blanche. Without Kevin Blanche, it was Rachel and Kathy and myself. Rachel went into hiding. She still is. All their children have elevated strontium levels. You know, it's tough to do what we do. They're killing us. Get on the boxcar, take the fucking shower. Heaven's Gate, that fucking lunatic. Oh, L. Ron Hubbard says my sci-fi was so good I started my own religion. I mean, Joseph Smith on Balcon keyboard. The old town, I will quote her, I'll be fucking right there. And I'll see old Mary. She's still alive, she's 96. I'm friends with her. Kevin, you talk about Steinbeck all the time. I knew Steinbeck personally, he was a fucking dickhead. The only reason Doc Ricketts was here, I says, I know, same with Steinbeck, for the young prostitutes. Yeah. He was killed, that's where he was coming from. You know, they used to call him a poacher. Just Kevin, these beautiful Mexican families that lived here and ranched here when I was a little girl before the Okies and the Arkies and these pigs came across, they knew the goals. They didn't give a fuck. Clear back before your grandfather. I says, I know. They stood at the tree. I've done the tree where they flipped over Spain to Mexico. Right there, it's a private Catholic school now, right there by the Trader Joe's across. By right where John Lewis Stevenson wrote the book, that's the bus depot. Right there where fucking all these, I always go back to Steinbeck's fucking Hamilton, his grandma. She'd put out a bowl of fucking milk for the leprechauns in Big Sur. One day somebody told her, well, fuck, do you think maybe a fucking feral cat or wild animals drinking the milk? She says she stared a fucking hole through them. I go back to Jeffers, Robin Jeffers, he's my favorite. Fucking, ooh, what's that smell on Carmel? It's a dead fucking well. Fuck, he was the greatest, wasn't he? Robin Jeffers is the greatest of them all. His Irish fucking wife. Oh, she was 14, married to a fucking USC professor. She must have been cheating. Fucking fuck that dude. Fuck, he chased her even after she was married to fucking Robin. She died of cancer. He built the tower. They knocked down the fucking tower. You know, I got to see it many times. You I slept in the fucking church. That's where Father Fesco's buried, right there. I didn't even know. I almost drowned in Carmel that night. Fucking, wow. What a spiritual journey it's been. What a fucking learning experience it's been, my whole life. Traveling up and down, walking, doing this fucking work. Heaven's Gate. I'll never forget that when that happened. It creeped me out so fucking hard. It's hard for me to even go into Carlsbad. I took Peter. I said, let's go over to the Omni and have a beer. I don't go in that creepy ass way. No. I know the girl works in there. They have good beer. It's right there. It's so beautiful. They fucking around it. What kind of wine they drinking? Most expensive bottles in the house. Red, huh? Yeah. Becomes as natural as unleashing cattle onto the Santa Barbara landscape. See, people think cows are natural here. They're not. They're from Africa. Well, where are Italians from? Iran. Georgia. Still man still. This land is my land. Well, I could write a million books. I have so much in my head all the time. It's hard for me. Photographic memory, oh boy, you don't even know. I took my grandson to Carmel for the first time last year. We're Tide Point. Pull up in the car, I had to rent a car. Get out. So beautiful there all year because there was no one there. I opened the door without saying a fucking word. There he goes running back and forth along that fucking beach. I've never seen a happier person in my life. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the elasticity of time. My daughter says, I've never seen anything so happy in my life. Look what they've done to us. I'll cry. I'm gonna fucking cry. Look what they've done to fucking our place. Fukushima is ravishing this planet. It's burning to the fucking ground. The ocean's toxic and poison. Fuck, I would dive in that ocean and swim. Fuck with the luminescence fucking so many times in my life. Fucking. Right here in Utah, my dad was an organic farmer. My mom with her pinned up hair can. Our fucking garden was right here. It's 20 acres. They never went to the fucking grocery store. They'd listen to music and fucking dance and have fucking parties, fucking cooking. Organic food. It's so hot you can't even grow anything anymore. Everything's scorched. I read 1,000 books. The Great Pacific Genocide. From Hell's Gate, well, from Heaven Gate. It was 97. I'll never forget that. That fucking creeped me out so fucking hard. To Carlsbad, fucking Hell's Gate. The desal plant. What's that smell? It's a dead well. And there's my brother right there. Don't get me going on that dude. Or my grandma says, how come he doesn't ever want to go with us? I don't know. But I did. What have they done to fucking Carlsbad? What have they done to Del Mar? What have they done to fucking Pacific Beach? It's toxic. You can't even go in the fucking water. Tide pools are completely fucking wiped out, fucking dead. Monterey fights back. They do some good things. No plastic, and Pacific Grove. I almost died there a couple years ago. I'm sure I had COVID a couple years ago. The doctors kept saying it's in the middle of the night. I'm right there at Lover's Point, staying in a little hotel. It's fucking December. And there's so much pain. I don't have anything. So I had to walk all the way up the hill to the old fucking Pacific Grove Market. Up on the top of the point, there's a fucking all-night fucking pharmacy. Get up there, give me some baby aspirin. My daughter's like, if not, you've got to call 911. I'm a tough dude. I think I'm gonna die. I'm walking down the hill and I look at the clock and it's 12:12. Remember, my numbers were 11:11. The elasticity of time. And I looked at it and this big buck with his harem come walking up to me right in the street, because you know how dark it is there, because they have no light ordinances there. They've got it a long time ago. And come up and touched me right on my arm. And he had his harem right there. And that pain went away. It's never come back. I'm sure it was COVID, which is a mutation. There's no doubt in my mind from Fukushima. The heat bubble over the western United States. Fukushima, the crowning fucking jewel. Thank you to the protesters in fucking Japan. Thank you. You gotta realize, being married to a Japanese male, fuck whatever, those sexist fuckers. You don't even know over there. Any athletes over there, you're fucking out of your mind. I see Kevin Love refused to go over there. A lot of athletes. There's only 17 swimmers registered for the one event. Just remember, Wakaki. Wakaiki. For every one Wakaiki, there are thousands that didn't live. A lot of the swimmers know. Remember we all did that with our hands? I stood right there on the ocean. I stood right there at Sunset Cliffs and did that one. From Heaven's Gate to Hell's Gate. There's your book. Thank you, in Japan. God, what a great conversation. Improv that was with my Spanish fucking mailman. Thank you, you activists in Japan. I love you guys. Stay in tune.